The interesting part is that this is a nice rejection here. That failed clearly. So we have a nice double top, so to speak. It's 10 a.m. Can this go lower? Technically, yeah, it can. Can this range a little bit until it finally breaks out? Possibly. It looks like it might be going for a chop inward here. Like this, so to speak. It just feels like I wanted to get long off of here, but it just feels like it needs more time now because I didn't get in at 78.50. Like I would have loved to. I don't know if it would have ever filled actually. Looks like maybe 78.75. But you said it just feels we have to continue building more liquidity here in this area until a clear decision has been made. What's the most important thing right now? I think the most important thing is that yellow line. It's very well representative of the market chopping between it. And the fact that even though we were able to use this push right here as support to come and test this midpoint area, 63.90s, we were met with quick rejection, strong rejection if you will, to come and test the 78.50, 78.75 it looks like, but 78.50 is where actually, which was a previous test early in the morning, 7 a.m. off of that candle, where I felt we could bounce off of this area. I felt that maybe we could come and test these lows as well, but clearly my bias right now is that we might be looking to go and test the 20-day again for the excuse my language, the 10th time for the past day and a half after breaking below it for the first time in weeks since March, I think actually, the 20 SMA on the daily for the ES. So I get the idea that 64.07, this entire area here we rejected off of to the 11s, will serve as a magnet, and I still get the idea that we could even finish on top above it, close above it. And so in order to do so, the market needs to start making a quick push, build its liquidity for the next hour, but these next 2 hours have got to be absolutely bullish with a nice trend as we start breaking out of this chop, out of these sideways channels, out of these larger volume candles, and kind of start uniformly trend, right? And so the opportunities there. We've clearly been rejecting off of the 64.12. Didn't want to give it up in the pre-markets. We were able to get above to 64.19 around 7 p.m. 11 p.m., 12 midnight basically as well, but rejected off of it. But we haven't really been convincingly been able to hold above the 64.07, upper midpoint area. And the fact that the 5 SMA is trailing up here at 64.34 and it's trailing downward, looking to meet up with the 20 SMA, which makes sense due to the uncertainty pending tomorrow's Jackson Symposium and Jay Powell speaking, and the current economic reports and status of the economy, providing this uncertainty where we are nested in here. It looks like we can be nested in here between the 20 SMA and the 5 SMA, given that we've had a nice ranging day. Not nice, not entirely ranging. We've had some, pushes, but definitely trending sideways, not in a clear direction. Here at the low of the day, at a key area that we've been bouncing off of, including yesterday where we came below it about 10 points on the ES, point on the SPY, or dollar on the SPY, and we're able to recover. My money is on the fact that, hey, we could get that same recovery again today, off of these, and hold off of the 63.76 area and push as a magnet towards the 20 SMA again for another late test. Let me just make sure I'm not gonna get fucking smashed through. I might as well, if I'm gonna get in here, I might as well get in at a price that makes sense. Might as well get in at the low, buy myself some cushion with this type of momentum coming in. If I miss it, so be it. I can always get in on the turn. Just make sure I get filled there, right? And we're looking at right here. Really, I don't want to be in below 1.5 really, so put it there. 74, maybe 75, 74.75, 73.75. Yeah, sorry. That'd be about 8 ticks. There's got to be a sign, a clue that buyers have clearly taken over that needs to come in, and it could be very well that bounce off of what I'm expecting here at 75.75. It could flush through and wipe me the hell out towards 70. And honestly, if that's the case, if it's not a clear bounce, I shouldn't even be in this trade. So really, I should just be risking about a point. Call it a point. It's 2 points. Point and a half is fine, I think. I think that's fair. Still on the, we're still not necessarily on the right side of the V. Forget taking this long. That's kind of my thesis there, right? The immediate bounce out of this channel. Obviously, it could start to taper and trend sideways upward, but it's absolutely hammering me there. Nice. That's how you lose a trade. Woo! No way, doggy. No way, Brody. What did I get in at? 75? Yeah, right where I set my stops, Brody. That's crazy. What was my... No way, bro. Point and a quarter right where I got in. That right there is crazy talk, bro. Absolutely hunting me. Well, let's see if we can get that continuation, because it's looking nice here. Obviously, that drop was looking nice. Nice and crispy. So that got validated right away. Took me out 74, 25, yep. Clearly that's not holding, so don't want to catch a falling knife. But this could still be met with a nice rejection up and to the right. Should the buyers want to absolutely reject this narrative here. Because this can shape up to be a nice inverse head and shoulder, right? But you see, I like that I got out right there for a quick loss. Mainly because of the fact that... Oh shit, my bad. Sellers gotta take it now, though. You know, if they want it, they gotta take it. But I've also seen this sort of structure, and it's more of a clue that yes, sellers can reject, and especially with this high shoulder, but it's still an indecision zone. And I get the feeling that I've seen where we do make this attempt to push lower and gets met with defense even below the lower day, and ends up being a reversal, ends up leading into a reversal back into the range, where you have to find a way to pick your spot to get in. It's weakening. It's weakening. It's a nice 30 candle. Alright, what do we got on the 30? Where are we finishing at? So we tested 87. Have dropped to 72.50, bouncing off of here. We got this 75.75 low that we were able to break down. And so, question becomes, what happens here? Right? Do we reject off of this low? So I guess the question for me is, there we go. If we get a tweezer here, I'm willing to take it long. That was a nice candle. I don't like that it didn't open like exactly at the bottom of it, so that might be invalidated already, and it might not even hold, but stops me to be like right here. Nope. Alright, I'm willing to take that. Fuck. Nice, we were able to get in. 25. There's a nice symmetry here. It's the reason why I got in and why I even chased it. I would have loved for this to just be a perfect tweezer so I could have gotten in here above. But what I liked was when this closed and the way this opened and cleared out this and pulled back, it provided an opportunity to get in at a safe space where this next candle could easily take out. This next candle could easily go and meet the high, the resistance of this level here, and form that, inverse head symmetry reversal continuation, and create that momentum for other buyers to be enticed to buy here and continue to try to get back to these highs. That's the reason I got in. So we're at 73.25, 70.75. At this point, can easily risk 2 points here. Really try to, if I want to save money, probably like right here. There should be no reason this should even get down here. So we're gonna move stops there. And also the fact that, I had been seeing the possibility that this could reverse eventually, and the weakness in the move. And I also mentioned that I've seen this, and I've also seen how the reversal comes into play eventually. So I think just the fact that, one, we were able to break down, but it's not like this was just flushing. It took several candles to kind of break this down and chop its way down here. And so that was part of the reason why I was like, you know what, maybe it will, maybe it won't break down more. But if it provides a nice, few candles where it lines up well for symmetry, especially this way, this, staircase down and staircase up action, is what I was already kind of eyeing, in my vision, and how this would possibly play out if it did end up working out. So I was willing to take that risk. With that being said, in terms of getting out, I can see this, coming back to 73.83 as a pivotal area. I like where I got in. I like where I would get out. Should this want to come back here, if it does come back, it's gotta bounce off of 74.25 and hold support there. Otherwise, this move can be quickly invalidated, and if so, at least I got in at a good price where I have some wiggle room to take a loss at about a point and a quarter. Based on where I got in, we're looking to try to get about, is that 13 points, risking about, right now at this point, initially about 2 points, right, about 71.25, yeah, about 2 points, targeting 13, about 13 and a quarter. If we could complete the cup on the first attempt, that'll be lovely with the quick push up here. It'll be chef's kiss. We don't have to live through this fucking chop here. Could this pull back, try to form a shoulder? It's possible, but I like where my entry's at, that we'll eventually get here, and I'd be willing to hold. Let's go. That's how you take a trade, baby. Granted, I broke one rule, one trade a day, right? With this trade where I had my orders ready to go at the low day, initially I had it at 78, and I started seeing that, which could have provided a nice bounce here, and easily provided opportunity if my order would have been left at 78.50. Actually, I don't think I would have gotten filled, but there was clearly that first bounce, and then I should have known, once we seen this pullback and this continuation and this little price action here where the volume starts to drop and candles start to tighten, it usually is a move for a continuation on whatever side this little consolidation starts to happen, this little right shoulder, which is really nice. That provides a nice breakdown. But it was taking time. This chop here, I noticed that, hey, a reversal can be in play, and people think that because we broke the low a day, we'll have the continuation, where I had already had this bias that we can get back to that 20 MA. I was already searching for the reversal. I was hoping that by 11 a.m., it would start to dwindle. The selling pressure would start to dwindle. The chop would start to subside and provide the opportunity for the reversal and the continuation trend back towards the midpoints and possibly even the 20 MA at this point. And that's exactly kind of what, not exactly, but that's why I was able to take this trade confidently here, close enough to the lows a day, basically off of what, 60, was that 74? Where did I get in at? 74.25. Closed at 87. Back to taking the second trade. Because I entered this so well, where it just wiped me out for a $300 loss, which was about a point and about a point and a quarter. I think it was 1.25 what I risked on that first trade. Yeah, because I think I got in at 75.50 and got out at 74.25, which is about a point and a quarter, so about 5 ticks. I gave myself some wiggle room for that, Hail Mary, that, hey, if we get a nice bounce, then that could possibly provide that, double bottom, so to speak, back into the midpoint area. It didn't come, but as soon as I seen this price action starting to subside, as soon as I seen this candle here form, I was hoping for the tweezer top. It didn't come, but the way this opened allowed for nice symmetry with this staircase and the staircase up, and just amazing follow through with this candle here. That absolutely sealed the deal, provided a nice pullback, collected more buyers. Sellers got out of their move, knowing that, or realizing that, it's probably, the continuation probably was going to be out of play at this point. and just nice, beautiful reversal. So that was great. Let's go, boys. So that'll put me in the green, and that'll get this account funded with Apex, hitting that 3,000 target. Now I just got to put in is like a few more days of trading. So, and yeah, that's basically it for me today. Avoided this 6:30 to 9 a.m. action. Decided that I was going to show up for the second quarter, and the second quarter is when I started planning these trades for what I anticipated would come towards the end of the second quarter, is what I call it, from 9 to 11 a.m. So towards the end, 10 a.m. to about 11 a.m. is when I was expecting, really about 11 a.m. is when I was expecting this move to possibly play out. But anywhere in between that, and this time it sort of did. It came a little bit sooner than I thought, like around 10:30 the move, or 10:28, 29. With that being said, the market was set up for a ranging day. I think the big biases / confluences for me were the 20 MA has served so well as a magnet these past few days, ever since we broke out of it, and have kind of just been chopping and building liquidity around it. And the 5 MA as well, being under the 5 MA and being under the 20 MA has not been seen in months. We haven't even gotten below the 20 MA, and so given that these confluences are set up, tomorrow is a big day. Jay Powell is coming to play, and we'll be there to watch, and hopefully play as well, and make some profits. But yeah, so overall, good thesis, good strategy for today. I just wanted to avoid getting caught in that morning 6:30 to 9 a.m. price action like I have been the past 2 days, and that helped me kind of ease off the pressure and understanding that, hey, there was probably there were some moves that maybe I could have taken, maybe I could have gotten chopped up in, and so be it. There's always trades that I miss every single day, not at the screens all day, and nor should I be, especially for my strategy where my entries have to be so precise and my stops are tight, and try to take paper cuts, and for example, this one was one of the bigger bangers I've taken. Usually I aim for about if I'm risking about 6 ticks, 8 ticks tops, I'm targeting about 3 times, right? So maybe 18 to 24 ticks is my sweet spot. But here, given the price action, given the volume, given the range of these candles, and the opportunity I received here to get in at a nice price, at a bargain, and going back into this chop, for me it was no brainer, given where we are in the price action, the price of the day on the higher time frames, and as we approach the last 2 hours of the trading day. I just felt that this was just a magnificent opportunity I could not pass up, to hold it through to a level where I felt that we could get to, and it played out well this time. So some days it doesn't, but yeah, that's it for me. Peace out. It's been a great pleasure of mine recording this trade today. Shout out to this guy, what's his name, man? I just came across him on YouTube and kind of motivated me to post these videos, or post a video, and really record myself trading today. EMAC Trades. Shout out EMAC Trades. Go check him out. He's absolutely transparent with his trades. He's a funded trader. I'm looking to get this account funded, so just watching him go through his struggles last night in the video and today as well was inspiring to just start putting some videos of my recaps and my trades as well. Today I just happened to be lucky, unlucky on the first trade, and was able to settle in and kind of shake it off, really, because of the fact that I did follow a plan, and I did lose. That trade did lose, and I wasn't really paying attention to this little price action here, or else maybe I would have pulled that order. Like, I actually had pulled it initially at 78.50. I had pulled it, and then I seen like, oh shit, we tested it. Oh, maybe we can double bottom at the low of the day, and it seemed like it wanted to, possibly, but the fact that it pushed through probably allowed this choppy action to break down a little bit lower and finally reverse. But yeah, that's it for me today. It's been David. Peace.